click 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 cling, click 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 cling, click 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 cling, click 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 cling, click 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 cling. This is the conceptual sounds that Sonic, that familiar hedgehog, was making while he was jumping through various rings, 'cause Sonic the Hedgehog knew that every time that he jumped through a different ring, it was like a different paradigm for him. It was like a different paradigm for him. So Sonic the Hedgehog, he had a different framework and a mindset and a mentality that he is trying to transpose into this podcast today. It's a framework that is just sort of mentioning what is the purpose of spiritual finance. It is to be non-linear, to be not linear at all, to be able to recognize the 15 senses within human beings, to be able to recognize the differing paradigms which entail a day. It's like taking a picture every single day, every single moment, every single movement, as you transition, as you walk from one situation and scene and scenario to another one. It is like taking different pictures and like making a panorama montage from one scene to another, like making a child book, storyboard child book, so that every little scene, every little picture is like a picture frame from the child book in essence, but that's like a storyboard, which is also correlative to making a film. Like making films, they would use storyboards to be able to depict different frames within the film so that the film could be kept track of in terms of narrative, structure, and format and linearity from that place, and keeping it together and moving in a sequential and chronological fashion. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. A chronological fashion, and that's how we're trying to do these podcasts. So yeah, we're trying to use punk music and EDM, meaning electronic dance music, to be able to structure different timelines and different narrative structures. Oh yeah, to try to outline certain evolutions that happen that has to do with wireframing and mapping certain structures and evolutions as time moves forward, and there's nothing left to do except taking a matter of time and interest that has to do with unfolding time, unfolding spaces and places from being in existence, and differing wafting of energies and feelings and timelines and natural energies that occur in the background to be able to be used as background music, while sometimes doing the podcast to be able to capture frequencies and differing elements to be able to bring differing sides and differing focuses and differing flows to the forefront, to the podcast, to the mindsets, to the mind frames of a listener, to an audience, to a certain sequential connection and connectivity that connects us in a mind frame and a mindset to an audience that reverberates like the sun to plants do in a back and forth photosynthesis sense, from chloroform back to the sun and back and forth, like a communication, like a communicative sense, like a transactional sense, like one not being able to occur without the other type of a sense, like an energetic sense that is transitioning from one way back to another, and a recycling, like that recycling symbol sense, like the ice rink that's in the sky that I've mentioned a few times, that has to do with recycling, reciprocal, consistent, reciprocating energy that is transitioning and reformatting itself from all asset energies on planet Earth into philanthropic energy that is in the sky. That is symbolic of the ice rink that is in the sky to be able to repurpose itself so that all human beings are able to benefit from a global philanthropic, global giving games grid that's in the sky, from all human beings being able to transact and interact from things that are latent within all human beings already. The ability to be able to communicate like frequencies, like animals have communication, animal communication, surreptitious, connectional, frequency communication that's latent within all human beings, it's under the skin, it's under the scalp, it's not visible, it's not viewable, it's like spectrums that are like color spectrums in the sky that allow us to communicate with each other, because we're already always all communicating with each other through electricity, through electrical impulses that are in the sky that are also correlated through color, corresponding color format impulsations that connect us like impulsing electrical spark plugs that are firing synapses across wavelengths that connect us through each other and through our skin, and electricity that has to do with knowing if somebody else is near you without your eyes being open, because we have telepathic, telekinetic telecommunicative, corresponding figures and relational bits that are within our cells, that are within our cells, that are within molecules, that are within the cells, or that connect to cells, that connect differing energy, that makes differing energy from compounding and collecting differing connections that have to do with coalitions and collaborations, collections and collaborations, collections of collaborations, so that all of the energy is consistently transitioning, so that nothing is consistently consistent by any means, by any stretch. It's always transitioning and evolving. It's always an evolution being captured, and that's what you're capturing with your eyeballs at all given times. That's why it's like consistent picture-taking mind frames of your mind frames that are taking pictures, that are making different days that you call days, and they're making childhood storybooks, storybooks for those things, because your mind always has to be able to understand them, and therefore it's kind of like a child. When you're evolving like a child, you're able to grasp the energy that's in front of you, and you obviously are always consistently needing to be able to understand and grasp what's in front of you. So like a child, you're always learning, and like a child, you're always evolving your different mindsets and your different mind frames. And this is like magic. This is like magic, how the different aspects of the unfolding energies are able to come together in a coalescing sense, and they are able to be digested in a comprehensive, collectible collection, and comprehensible, comprehended sense of the word, so that it's all understood. And at the end of the day, you're able to make sense of one collective day. But at the same time, is it in any way linear? Is it any way a collective linear fashion? Maybe it seems like it on the surface, but realistically, underneath the surface, it's always all chaotic and chaos, and it's really just a matter of moments that are collecting more data, that are consistently recording evolution. That's an ever-going, ongoing, ever-present sense of that word. And at the same time, when you're recording that evolution, you're able to make products out of that evolution by recording your products and your process. And just like we're doing this podcast, to be able to record evolution so that it's like a different product every single day. Just like Taylor Swift did, to be able to record new music and release new music every day, or all the time, I mean. And that's how she was able to market herself. And so we're taking a page from the Taylor Swift book in a just joking sense, but it's a corresponding strategy that she was able to implement and apply, which is a similar thing to Dinky Tehc and Change4Games Studios. And at the same time, we're trying to apply punk rock music as well as EDM music and EDM sounds, so that these sounds are able to tap into the universe, and we're able to just travel together through time and space, through trying to connect punk rock and EDM music to be able to guide different types of performance and musical elements, like musicals and things that have to do with things that are not linear by any means and stretch whatsoever, to be able to paint a path and a picture and a depiction, to be able to paint a yellow brick road or a little road that goes down the street in the mind, that's an endless street that's inside of the mind, to be able to correspond to endless, unknown given spaces that are not bound by normal boundaries or structures that are known within this planet, but only space and time that exist within space, within the universe, within space above us. Just like the ice rink that is in the sky, the Global Giving Games ice rink that's in the sky, that is a depiction and a symbol. It's a symbolization. It's a symbol for all of the world in the sky. An ice rink that's in the sky, it's a symbol for all of the world, because it's like a fountain, like a spigot, like a spurt, like we finally found the spigot in the sky to be able to make an ice rink and freeze that energy up in the sky. And that's a symbol for an ice rink, which is where a place that's not bound by space and time, that all given Global Giving Games can be played, which means all given hearts that are existing on the planet Earth, they're able to beat together. They're able to beat to the drum, to be able to play business music together, business music games, in fact, like business music sports, like business music Olympics, for example. And that's what we're trying to host at Change4Games Studios, is the Global Giving Games Olympics, in a sense, but that's also played in a 24/7 realm, in a 24/7, 7 days a week realm, 24 hours a day. Just like the business games, the games of business that are played in the world, they're played 24 hours a day and 27 days a week. 7 days a week and 24 hours a day. Oh yeah, and all human beings. It's also symbolic of all people being alive all the time, because all people are playing business all the time, because all people are businesses all the time. And in that same way, personal brands are important. Personal brands are important because everybody is a business all the time, so it's therefore important for everybody to acknowledge and realize the personal brand that's within them and inside of them at all times, because it actually connects to the universe. It connects to philanthropic energy. It connects to the Global Giving Games, because everybody's connected together in this global game of giving games, because we're all playing the game of business, and the game of business at all given times is connected to entrepreneurship, and all entrepreneurship at all given times is connected to solving problems around the world at all given times. It's not connected to money. It's not connected to buying materialism at all. It has nothing to do with any of that. It has to do with connecting to the spirit. It has to do with connecting to things like the anime characters, and that's what the punk rock EDM music is trying to correspond to, as well as innovative punk rock EDM music that also corresponds to anime music, because it has to do with the video games, Global Giving Games' ability to be able to tap into the anime character that's latent within all human beings, which is similar to the Global Giving Games. It's like the entrepreneur that's inside of us, which is also like an action hero, which is also like a hero that has to do with like a superhero salesperson that's also within all of us. It's a superhero salesperson that's within all of us, because that's the superhero sales side of us that's also able to sell things, because it's also able to tap into compassion when we care about people. Like if someone, for example, was about to get hit by like something that is, a random tumbleweed that's rolling down the street, and it's really big because it's been rolling for a whole super long time, and it's really dense, and it's about to hit somebody. You're not just going to let somebody just sit there. You're going to go run down and try to tell them about it. You're going to tell them what's good and tell them that it's coming, even though they didn't realize it. And as a result, that innate instance in many instances with people and all human beings is the natural nature of nature growth, and the growth of nature and natural human beings. That has to do with the nature growth in nature. Has to do with chlorophyll in plants that's talking to the rest of nature through the cellular nature of plants. That has to do with the whole nature being connected in all of the world, and connecting all people in the world also at the same time through the bridge that's connected to the Global Giving Games, which is connected to the Change4Games Studios and Dinky Tehc realm, and Dinky Tehc and Change4Games Studios realm, which wants to connect all human beings and all humanity through the nature of giving, not the nature of monetary energy, but the nature of monetary energy being recycled back into philanthropy energy. Oh yeah. And trying to also leverage something like punk rock music and EDM combined, to be able to combine some more sounds and more music, to be able to continue to play theme songs that are like the theme songs for documentation, for the evolution, for different products such as these podcasts coming about different days, because every day, like I was saying, everyone's got different child book storyboards in front of them through different things that they see with their eyes, and they're making the different storyboards for the day, every single day, in that film, every single day, for the film that they're making every single day, and that therefore has to do and correspond and correlate to the movie that they're making, and documenting with their eyeballs, that they can then also transcend into the media world and the media realm as their superhero selves, from their eyeballs of their superhero selves and their superhero personal brand, to be able to extend upon their entrepreneurship selves, to be able to extend into the universe, to be able to extend into the Global Giving Games and the realm of the Global Giving Games, and into the ice rink in the sky that is corresponding to a recycling of all and many energies, that is all asset energies that are on the planet, to be able to transition all those energies, including monetary energy, into philanthropic energy, so all people can enjoy the Global Giving grid, the Global Giving philanthropic energy grid that is free energy for all people in the world, including nature, to be able to thrive off of, so all humanity can be able to power itself off of its own energy at all given times. Oh yeah. So let's hold on just 1 second and try to see if I can tap into the next thing we're talking about, which is the voodoo games. We're talking about voodoo, and that has to do with the anime characters that are within all of us. Voodoo is a sense of magic, it's a sense of whimsy, it's a sense of unknown, it's a sense of the unconscious, it's a sense of the abyss, it's a sense of peculiarity, it's a sense of the infinity within all people, it's in the sense of the absolute unknown, unboundlessness, unshapedness, the infinity within all human beings. It's the scope of not knowing an end to the nature of humanity, of the nature of humanity, and the nature of humans, and the mentality within humans. It's the endlessness, it's the abyss that's within all humanity, it's humanity, and that's what makes voodoo a part of the Global Giving Games. That's what makes the ice rink in the sky possible for it to be including an endless nature in of itself, and you to be able to use, any listener, any audience member of this podcast, to be able to use their imagination, to be able to imagine an ice rink in the sky, and also an endless ice rink in the sky, because just like the movie The Waking Life, when they are constantly pulling upon philosophy, and when we're trying to also pull upon philosophy in this podcast, that it's also acknowledged and easy to understand through the visualization without putting colors in front of your face, like in the movie The Waking Life. Like that there's an ice rink that's in the sky, and if we put colors on that ice rink that's in the sky, you also want to be able to do that, to be able to animate it, to make it fun, like in the anime character movie films, like in anime movies and characters, with all the color and coloraciousness that's within anime, and fun energy that's within anime, and the music and such that's within anime, and like the music that's in the background of this podcast right now. It is all being able to acknowledge endlessness and boundlessness that's within energy, and energy that's within all human beings, that connects all human beings and empowers all human beings to make a better world and a better earth for all of us by tapping into philanthropic energy. Oh yeah, by using this endless nature that's within all of us to be able to create synergy, like synergy marketing, like being able to take synergy and the energy from different marketing agencies, and being able to take different marketing agencies to be able to create powers, and using the power of combination and collaboration to be able to constantly make compound interest from different collaborations collaborating on top of each other, and using the power of collaboration within humanity to be able to not only grow businesses but be able to grow personal brands. So people that have highest impact are rewarded for having the best interest for humanity in mind, and philanthropy energy taking the first place, not monetary energy. And it has nothing to do with who makes the most money, because money is a matter of things that's external to philanthropy energy, and the philanthropy energy gets to put on a pedestal, and monetary energy gets to sink by the wayside in terms of importance, because monetary energy is actually a part of philanthropy energy. So monetary energy is still actually part of philanthropy energy, and it powers philanthropy energy as well. So it's all good. Monetary energy still gets its place in the sunlight, and it still gets to cleanse itself and shine in the sun, but it gets to change its form and its chemistry into philanthropy energy, and that's what the Global Giving Games and the Ice Rink in the Sky is all about, is playing Global Giving Games so everybody in the world gets to play together, and they all have the ability to move their own vehicles and use that voodoo inside of themselves to be able to move those vehicles, because they all are vehicles, like they're transformers, like they're all vehicles, because their body is like a vessel and they move it throughout space, and every time they think good thoughts that are able to move their entrepreneurship selves forward, it's like they're moving themselves forward, so they're able to use their mind to be able to levitate themselves and move themselves forward, just using their mind, just using their brain, just an empowerment vessel and vehicle to be able to empower your vehicle, just to be able to levitate yourself and float yourself forward, just by thinking, just by using thought, just by embracing the power of visualization, to be able to move yourself forward as an entrepreneur in terms of entrepreneurship, by using the Global Giving Games, by understanding that philanthropy is the back end of all entrepreneurship, and the back end of solving all problems in the world is the nature of business and the purpose of business, and all of the businesses in the world are intending to solve problems and solve problems for the whole world to be able to be a better place. But a lot of times the energy happens to be around monetary energy, including in the newspapers. So therefore, this journalism, this podcast, the Dinky Tehc Change4Games Studios, is intending to be able to bring the focus back around using punk rock music and punk sounds, punk singing, if you will, and also, EDM music a little bit and such things, to be able to try to refocus, reframe, reposition, repurpose, talk about what the nature of a personal brand is and supposed to be, after all, and that's what the part of the purposes of this podcast is supposed to be for as well, being able to levitate and push that mental vehicle forward. That is that is your skin, you're a vehicle, you are a vehicle, you're being able to move yourself forward, that entrepreneurship vehicle mentally forward, by understanding and acknowledging the philanthropic cause that you're trying to move towards, and that philanthropic end place where you're trying to better the world, and using philanthropic energy to fuel the car, fuel your vehicle, make yourself levitate by thinking in that philanthropic energy sense, and putting that philanthropic energy in your brain to be able to continue to move that car forward on a consistent basis. And hopefully this sounded a little bit decent with the background sound or whatever. Anyways, whatever. We're gonna let you go. Yeah, never mind. Never mind on that. Thanks again, Dinky Tehc. Bye, peace, bye, or whatever.